Well, there's plenty to smile about with the weather, but I'm reliably informed we may not have seen the last of the winter temperatures. Sara Thornton's here, and you have the latest in your winter walk series, don't you? And it's been a tough day exploring some pubs.
It was. We went out filming in winter. It's funny that Mel Smith was talking about cold winters there. We're at that time of year where, is it spring, is it winter? We are in spring now because we had the equinox at the weekend. But when we filmed the last of our winter walks, we were actually in very wintry weather. It was only a couple of weeks ago, and you can really see what a difference you can have in the weather conditions at this time of year. Now, of course, the pubs have had a really tough time over the last 2 years. So what better way to end our series with a pub crawl, which you can do at any time of year. Situated on the old London to Brighton Roman Road, Godstone has been an important coach stop for hundreds of years, with inns dating back as far as the late 14th century dotted around the village and surrounded by beautiful countryside.
Hello, lovely to see you.
Nice to meet you. Christine Howard from the Surrey Hills Society has been walking this area for 25 years and has offered to take me on one of her favourite walking pub crawl routes. We start at the White Hart before walking a 4-mile loop up to Tilberstow Hill and then back to Godstone. The pubs here were badly affected by COVID, but at the White Hart there are real signs of recovery.
We've got beautiful walks in and around Godstone. People couldn't do that. They couldn't come in to the pub afterwards to have a pint of cask ale or great coffee. But people are coming back and they're much more confident. I think they're desperate to come back out.
Our first walking stop is at Bay Pond, which once powered the local gunpowder mill, but is now a wildlife haven.
There's no ruins left of the mill, but we've still got this amazing hand-dug pond, hand-dug in the 1500s, which is just incredible.
That's at 16th century. That's just a bit of a shovel action, I would imagine,
yeah.
and a lot of men.
Yeah, a lot of work, but now, of course, it's a great haven for the birds. So you've got moor hens, you've got lots of amphibians as well, frogs and toads that really love the watery environment that we've got here.
Walking onto the outskirts of the village, we eventually find St Nicholas Church.
Isn't it gorgeous?
And there's a surprising headstone at the grave of pirate turned smuggler John Trenchman, who ran away to sea aged 12.
The famous highwayman.
I've never seen that
With
before.
the skull and crossbones. So originally he was at sea and was pirating the Spanish gold in the fleet, and then later in life took to highwayman robbery, and he eventually got caught and he's now buried here.
And there's a ghost story that goes with it.
Apparently, yes, there was all sorts of odd things happening and blood appearing at the altar and all sorts until he got his Christian burial and he was happy here.
2 miles and quite an incline later, we reach the top of Tilberstow Hill. Christine tells me the usual tree coppicing has been missed during the pandemic, so the view is more obstructed than normal. But COVID has also meant more people have discovered the area.
Suddenly they were seeing what was right on their doorstep and how beautiful it was, and you don't have to go rushing off on your holidays. There's so much you can do locally and at the weekends, and we hope through Surrey Hills Society, by taking people out and getting them to see what's beautiful right on their doorstep, they'll stay local.
We finish with a well-earned drink back in the village, where despite the pandemic, pubs continue as linchpins of the community.
It's the chat and the talking to people and the seeing people you know, and that's the thing that everyone really realised. And the one nice thing about coming back after each and every lockdown is that for the first couple of weeks, everyone was just so happy to be seeing their friends. It was nice to see everyone happy.
What a very interesting place, Sara. I must investigate some of those pubs, but not on a working day for me.
No, you need a designated driver as well, because there are quite a few pubs around that area, let me tell you. But the big thing I took away from it is, of course, like I say, I'm in that woolly hat there. You're thinking, when did she film that? Months ago? No, just a couple of weeks ago, when it felt a lot more like winter. But as I said to you before, we are definitely into spring now, and I hope you enjoyed today with another beautiful day. In the very best of it, we got up again into the very high teens, 19 Celsius, but We are not going to hold on to it. This is the time of year we're at. Next week even, we drop 10 degrees. We're going to get cold northerly winds setting in. It's all about wind direction at this time of year, and whether or not you have any at night, for instance, under clear skies with light winds. Tonight, again, those temperatures fall away. I said at lunchtime, if you saw me, it's all about the diurnal spread, that swing from day to night and back round again. So overnight tonight, temperatures down, certainly low enough for a touch of ground frost, if not an actual air frost. But another beautiful day for us tomorrow. Now, temperatures have been 19, 20 degrees the last couple of days. We're going to just slightly come down a notch tomorrow, but still well above average for the time of year. The average daytime high is around 12 Celsius. And I did want to just point out to you that we actually have some pretty poor air quality trapped in that area of high pressure. So you see the reds here, that is high in terms of the pollution levels in parts of the southeast for tomorrow. It should start to slightly clear a little bit on Friday, and the reason for that is we've got an area of high pressure dominating our weather, as I say, but it slightly changes direction as we go through the next few days. So on Friday, still a lot of sunshine, but we are going to see that area of high pressure just swinging its way further westwards in the coming days. That cuts off the very, very warm air we've had. And eventually something very different into next week. It's this cold front which is going to bring us some much, much colder air. So as I say to you, a 10-degree drop, and that is day to day that we're talking about. But that's not until next week. In the meantime, we still have some really beautiful weather for the next few days. A lot of sunshine around. There's temperatures well above average, but cooling off significantly next week.
That's a big drop in temperatures, isn't it? Winter bites back.
Exactly, not
Sara,
done yet.
Thanks very much. I'll be back with the late news at 10:30 here on BBC One. Hope to see you then. Goodbye.